Spot It is one of our favorite games. Each card in Spot It has 8 pictures, and between any 2 cards, only one of the pictures will match.
Cheese.
Heart.
Cheese.
Carrot.
It's really pretty cool if you think about it. How in the world did they make this deck of 55 cards where any 2 cards will only have one matching image?
Today we're going to learn how to make our own game of Spot It, and along the way we'll discover that each game of Spot It is actually missing 2 cards.
Before we get started, here's a challenge for you. How many matching images can you find between these 6 pairs of cards in 15 seconds? Did you find the keys, moons, pencils, dolphins, hands, and suns? If you did, then you're better at this game than I am.
So, how many images do you think there are in the game of Spot It? Go ahead and take a guess. 57 images. That's a lot. And it turns out that to arrange those 57 images so that any 2 cards you draw will only have one match is fairly complicated. So first, let's look at a case of just having 7 images. I bet there's a really cool mathematical structure that we can use that will tell us how to arrange those 7 and make Spot It cards out of them.
There just might be. We are going to make use of a mathematical structure called a finite projective plane. So what you see here is called the FANO plane, the smallest of the finite projective planes. And it's a structure that has an interesting property. There are 7 points and 7 lines connecting the points. And that circle actually counts as a line, connecting those 3 midpoints. And any 2 points are connected by exactly 1 line. Doesn't matter which 2 points you pick, there will be a line that connects them.
Okay. And
any 2 lines are guaranteed to intersect at exactly 1 point.
Okay.
And then there is a third condition for finite projective planes to make sure that you don't have any silly cases to look at. But I'm going to ignore it entirely because we're just dealing with these nice, pretty versions.
All right. And this is going to be dealing with Spot It very soon, I assume.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, we are all ready to build our own miniature game of Spot It with this construction. The first thing I'm going to do is assign a different color to each of the 7 lines.
Okay.
And those 7 lines are going to be determining our 7 cards in our game.
So we're going to make our own miniature version of Spot It where there's only one matching set of images per 2
That's
cards.
right. So each pair of cards will always have one image in common.
Okay.
That's right. So now I've got my 7 lines. I assigned 7 images to each of the 7 points. And now, for example, we see this red line over on the left. There are 3 images on it. There's going to be 1 card for that red line.
And it'll have horse, salad, and book.
Correct. We do that for all 7 lines, coming up with 7 cards.
Huh.
How did they make the game of Spot It with 55 cards? Well, that's a little harder, but it's going to be through the same construction.
First, we make a 7x7 array. Then add in 8 points, which will enable us to connect the individual points in each row. Connect those 8 points with a line. Then we draw 8 sets of parallel lines and extend each set to one of the new points to make sure that any 2 lines intersect. Notice that those diagonal lines wrap around from one side to the other, so what looks like many lines is only 8 distinct lines. Assign 57 images to our 57 points. Then our 57 lines will determine 57 cards, each with 8 images, and we are guaranteed that any 2 cards will have one and only one matching image. But the game of Spot It only has 55 cards. They designed the game with 57 cards, and then only printed 55.
And we want to find out which 2 cards got thrown away.
There were 8 copies of every image except for the images on the 2 missing cards. There were just 6 snowmen, so that's the image that's a match on the 2 missing cards. And with a little sleuthing, we figured out that our missing Spot It cards looked like this. We don't actually know if they throw away the same cards from each deck, or if they pull 2 random cards, so if you have a deck of Spot It, check it and tell us if you only have 6 snowmen. We're really curious.
If you'd like to build your own set of cards with 7 or 13 images, check out the worksheets linked in the description. As always, you can show your support and help us make more videos by signing up on Patreon, subscribing to our channel, or giving a like or a comment. Thanks for watching!